It's day 17 of a year facing fear, and today was all about doing something that I don't normally do. Today was about saying no and cancelling plans without making an excuse. So I don't know if that's something that you do, but I feel really, really guilty if I tend to overcommit. So I tend to say yes to a million things, and I'll say yes, I get a bit of FOMO. And I genuinely, when someone says you want to do this and this, I'm like, yes, 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 yes to everything, please, yes, yes, yes. But then I end up piling so much into my life that by the time the day comes around, sometimes I'm just exhausted. And I feel really, really guilty about saying, I'm just tired, I don't want to go, because I guess I have that fear of disappointing, and I don't want to disappoint the other person, fear of missing out. And also, I guess there's a part of me that doesn't want to be seen as a bad person. I don't want to get rejected. There's that fear that if you say no to something, then people won't invite you out anymore, that eventually they'll just go and find somebody else. And so I have a tendency to say yes to a million things. And then even when I'm at my wit's end, exhausted, I'm barely hanging on by a thread, I'm just can barely function, I end up dragging myself along to these things because I feel almost an obligation, and I just find it really difficult to say no. And I love looking at boundaries as saying yes to other people when you say no, when you want to say no, and when you're really not up to it, is saying no to yourself. And in a way, you're self-abandoning yourself to please and appease others. And most of the time, people don't really care that much about what it is that we're doing. I feel as though we're so worried. If there's one thing that this year facing fear has taught me, is that we're so worried about what other people think of us. But in reality, and the research backs us up on this, is in reality, people are so busy thinking about themselves and worrying about what other people think about them, and worrying about disappointing and failing in their own lives, that most people we're not even on their radar a lot of the time. Of course, they can be disappointed if you cancel plans, particularly if you're always cancelling plans. But it's okay to sometimes say, I just can't tonight. And so normally, if I've really been just too tired, I've often made up excuses to not be judged and to appease. And today I didn't do that. Today I told the truth. I told the truth about, I would really love to see you, and I was so excited, but I'm actually I'm spent, and I just can't do it. And they were fine. They didn't care. They understood. And it almost felt as if we had a deeper connection, because I could be honest with them, and then I wasn't resenting them for making me go out, even though they weren't making me do anything. And so I just want to remind you that we often feel so much on our plates, and we say yes to so many things, and we're so afraid of actually offending people or disappointing people or letting other people down. But the person that we actually let down is ourselves. And I have done this so often. And I'm trying not to do that as much anymore. I would like to say I'm trying not to do that, but in reality, I'm trying to not to do this as much anymore, because baby steps, it's a work in progress for me anyway, because I'm a people pleaser. I was a people pleaser, and now I'm working on pleasing myself, which has been lovely. So until next time, I want to say thank you very much once again for all of your messages and comments and love and support. I can't tell you how wonderful it's been to actually reconnect with some really old friends and make new friends, and hear about your stories and your fears and celebrate your wins when you actually have gone out and done something that you've been afraid of. Until next time, I see you. I believe in you. Thank you for joining me. Join the Facebook group, A Year Facing Fear, if you want to get up close and personal and talk more about all this stuff. And I will see you soon.